It's October, and we're really excited to bring back a couple more dollar store DIY Halloween projects. So
Yeah.
we've got 4 today that we're going to try out and see how it goes.
Yeah, so we are going to use, in this case, this very large witch and cauldron cutout. We're going to use some lights. We'll be sprucing this up, making something out of this. We've got this, what do you call this?
It's like a little plastic globe. It's got a cool like shimmer effect on it. Just
Yeah.
thought it looked fun.
And then this cool little spider candy dish, way too small. We're going to put this and some lights and this together. We'll what do we call it?
So 2 sort of like lighting, illuminated like decor items we're going to try to create there. And then I'm going to try, together, but I'm going to try to make a Halloween wreath. We've got some Halloween florals and a wreath form. We're going to try to do something with that. And then we're going to try to do something really fun with these candles and candlesticks. Make some ghost candles.
All from the dollar store. We're going to dazzle up some dollar deals.
Dope.
So while the main parts of all these projects come from the dollar store, we will be using some other things like a hot glue gun, some hot glue sticks. We've got some scissors, needle nose pliers, or wire cutters. We'll be using some paint. They do have that at the dollar store. We'll also be using something to heat up water. They don't sell that at the dollar store. But
Nothing crazy though.
yeah.
Pretty easy projects, hopefully.
All right, let's get started.
All right, so the first thing that I'm going to start working on are these ghost candles. These actually take a little bit of prep. The candles, I'm going to open them up and soak them in some warm, not too hot, just some warm water. But I'll have to do that a couple times. The idea here is that I'm going to heat them up a little, soak them so they're kind of pliable and I can bend them, and then we'll get like a nice bendy, like ghost floaty shape. But that's going to take a while to soak, so I'll start that. And while that's kind of prepping, I'll get started on my other project, and then you have some prep work too.
Yeah, I'm going to, I'm going to paint this black. So we'll paint it black on this side here. I'm going to also try and figure out how I want to make this stand up. Okay, so we might be using something small, like a little block of wood, which they do sell at dollar store, Dollar Trees, to prop this up. And then we're going to put some lights behind it. But let's paint this black first.
Okay, so I have the candles soaking in a hot water bath right now. It's not too hot, it's just probably like as hot as you can get it from the tap.
Ooh, comfortable.
I'm gonna let them soak for a little bit. When they become a little more pliable, I'll start very, very slowly bending them. It's gonna take a couple different water baths and just a lot of slow kind of bending so you don't break them.
It's like a spooky spa.
Yeah. So that'll take a little while, but while I'm kind of waiting for them to soften up, I'm going to start working on the wreath.
Oh, cool. Yeah. And then I painted this, as you can tell, and found a block of wood. We're going to attach that to the back, and I'm going to use some of these dollar store lights, and we're going to hot glue them to the back of this so we get a cool backlit purple glow for this witch and cauldron. All right, so we got our witch painted out here. I'm just going to take a block of wood, a small block of wood. We're going to hot glue that right to the back, right there. Let's go ahead and do that. Done. Block in the back. Let's go ahead and let's figure out with these lights if we can get them to be arranged around this as we go through this outline. Make it so we can't see it from the front. We don't want any of these lights visible or cord from the front, so they're just going to be backlighting it. And this will look cool if you put it kind of like a foot off of like the wall, like a wall someplace, so that it's glowing back there. Will create that shadow effect. Alright, and we're just going along and hot gluing some of these lights. Alright, so we've got all our lights hot glued onto the back of this. So let's try this out. Should have tested these before we plugged them in. Oh. Alright, so let's try this out. Plug it in, put it up near a wall. Let's take a look. And there we go. Looks spooky. So this project here, we've got the one cutout from the dollar store. We've got the purple lights from the dollar store. We did use a block of wood, which they do sell at the dollar store. And then we used one hot glue stick and some black paint, which you could get at the dollar store. So I would say $4.75, $5. Could be less if you got some paint at home. Next.
Okay, so for our next project that we're going to test out, I'm going to try to make a Halloween themed kind of wreath. So I've got this foam wreath form and 4 or 5 pieces of this cool like Halloween kind of spooky fake floral arrangements that they have. So all I've done so far is use some scissors, or if you have some wire cutters or something like that, I've gone ahead and prepped the floral pieces that I have by just cutting the stems off. And what I'm going to try to do is go through and just push these pieces right into the foam. I'll use some hot glue where I need it. I think I have enough that I don't even have to cover or paint this wreath form. We should be able to cover up the green color with all of our floral, but we'll see how it goes. And that's our Halloween wreath. So I actually didn't even end up using that much hot glue at all. It's
nice.
Mostly just flowers stuck in the foam. And let's see, this project was a foam wreath form, and then, like I said, 4 or 5 pieces of fake floral, and that was about it. So, like, again, $5 maybe?
Awesome. That looks so cool. Okay. Let's check in on those candles.
Do it again.
Let's check in on those candles. That part? No. What do you want?
Checking in on our candlesticks.
Yes.
Ran into a little trouble. Move it up here a little bit.
Let's cut it.
But it's okay. We've got our candles formed how we want them. The water we used was a little bit hot.
Hot. Wait, that's hot. That one's super hot.
It was almost boiling, so if you're gonna try this, I would say stick with just hot tap water, and you'll have to do a couple different water baths and just bend the wax or the candle very slowly so it doesn't break. We actually did break one of them by accident. We're just gonna cut it down and just have one little shorter candle, and I think it's actually gonna look really good that way. But this is kind of a little time consuming just because you want to go very slow. You want to bend the wax very slowly and do multiple water baths to keep it loose while you're going. But we've got a pretty good end result here with these, so we're just going to draw some little ghost faces on and see how they look.
Yeah. Looks spooky.
So we've got our candles in our little candlesticks here. We just used a Sharpie to draw some cute little ghost faces on. You could use a marker or a paint pen, whatever you have, but I think they came out pretty cute. And I would say this is about a $3 project. Ready.
Okay, I'm back. Glitter. All right, now in this project here, we're going to be taking the... Nope, we're going to start that all over. In this project, what do we call it?
All right, last project.
Mm-hmm.
What are we making? We have a plastic spider kind of dish, a globe, some lights. What are you going to do with it?
All right. What I'm thinking is, we'll take some ribbon from the dollar store. What we'll do is we will place that into this magic ball kind of iridescent globe thing. We'll put that in there. We'll put some lights inside there. Let's attach this to the back of the spider.
So instead of a plain spider, we're going to end up with sort of a glowing orb on for the body of the spider.
Yeah, make it spooky. Oh, we put some batteries into that pack of lights there. Look at that, looking good. But let's go ahead and let's like set up this ball. And I think I'm just gonna really kind of, you can just do this whatever way you kind of see fit. Alright, and that finishes up our spider. Got the battery pack on the bottom. Just the wires kind of, they're hidden, but they're along the back of the spider. And there it is lit up. And
so we've got our four spooky projects. We've got our Halloween wreath, our cute little ghost candles, the spooky light up spider, and the witch that has the cool backlighting. So for these four projects, I would say we spent around $20, maybe $25 for all the supplies.
yeah.
So you could try it. You might couple like the paint, the markers, things like that. Even if you need that, just a couple more dollars, not too bad.
No, not at all.
Let us know in the comments below if you're going to try any of these and how they came out.